This is a true horror story shared by Mr. Baum, a man who worked in termite extermination with his uncle. The terrifying experience took place in a house along Puthamanton Sai 2, a quiet road in Thailand. Not within a gated community, but among 5 standalone houses lining the roadside. At precisely 1 p.m. on the day of the incident, Mr. Baum and 2 co-workers arrived at the house for a scheduled job. The housekeeper showed them termite damage, which extended from the baseboard on the ground floor all the way to the upper floor. Just then, a loud bang came from an upstairs room, the sound of a door slamming shut. The housekeeper immediately changed demeanor. She quickly handed Baum the keys, told him to open the room himself, and left the house in a rush. She had already placed food on the table, saying it was for Kunthan, the master. Her behavior was so strange and rushed that Baum and his colleagues felt a growing sense of unease. Moments after she left, a man descended the stairs. Baum explained their purpose, and the man simply nodded and told them to carry on. While working, the team heard the sound of children running and playing upstairs. One co-worker sprayed behind the kitchen and briefly spoke to a woman washing dishes, who acknowledged the termite and rat problem. He continued his work, assuming she was a resident. As Baum moved upstairs to inspect the upper rooms, the same man from earlier emerged from one of the rooms and made small talk before heading into the bathroom. Baum and one of his colleagues entered a front bedroom where they began spraying. Baum's co-worker opened the curtain and soon after excused himself, saying he needed to retrieve chemicals. He went downstairs only to return minutes later. Upstairs, the floor plan was divided into 2 zones by heavy curtains, with 4 visible doors and another curtained-off section near the balcony.
While Baum was focused on spraying along the door frames, his co-worker suddenly yelled from below, "I'm leaving!" Confused, Baum asked why, but was told he would start spraying around the exterior of the house. This task wasn't part of the job, but Baum didn't question it. His co-workers soon returned upstairs and told Baum to check something. He opened one of the room doors, but within minutes he rushed out, pale and shaking. Without saying a word, he began to descend the stairs, wetting himself in fear as he went. Baum, now alone, opened the curtain to the room his co-worker had just fled. What he saw left him paralyzed with terror. 4 coffins, neatly arranged. They were labeled in order: youngest child, eldest child, mother, father. All 4 were elaborately decorated with gold leaf and lacquer. The air conditioning ran constantly, and the fresh flowers placed around the coffins looked pristine, as though regularly maintained. Shaken, Baum turned toward the bathroom where the man had gone, but found it empty. The door was open, the lights off, and the floor completely dry. No signs of anyone having used it. Panicking, Baum sprinted out of the house, collapsing beside the truck, shivering in fear. His co-worker, who had fled moments earlier, was soaked from his accident and equally traumatized. Later, Baum learned that his co-worker had seen 2 children sitting on the stairs, swinging their legs and laughing. As for the 3rd co-worker, the one spraying behind the kitchen, when he turned back after placing a rat trap, both the woman and the dishes she had been washing had vanished. The sink was bone dry.
This brought back Baum to the strange behavior of the housekeeper. Why had she fled so abruptly? Why had she left a full meal and called it for the master? After the incident, the team canceled their contract with the household despite being paid in full. While resting at a nearby food stall, they spoke with locals who confirmed two rumors. One said the family had perished in a plane crash. Another claimed they died mysteriously all at once. What was certain, however, was that the corpses were kept inside the house, not buried or cremated. Despite it being daytime, the house had heavy curtains that blocked sunlight. Upstairs remained unnaturally dark. Even more disturbing, despite the presence of coffins, there was no smell. The exterminator's equipment was still on the second floor. They never went back to retrieve it. Mr. Baum had worked in pest control from age 12 to 25. In over 7 years, this was his first encounter with true horror. He now believes that there are indeed houses where the dead remain, tended by paid caretakers who must be emotionally strong and possibly have connections with the deceased relatives. Perhaps the most disturbing part of all was the housekeeper. She might have been the only living person they encountered that day, cleaning and cooking for people who no longer lived. Baum's team had encountered the full family: father, mother, 2 children. Whether their spirits still lingered, or whether someone among them was still truly alive, remains a terrifying mystery.